Welcome to Sew Very Easy. My name is Laura, and the pencil and eraser is probably the oldest form of marking for quilts and for garment constructions. So let's test them out and see how well they work. Quilting pencils and erasers have been around for years, and they're still around for a reason, because they work. I have here a very standard gray erasable pencil. This really looks like a very typical pencil. I'm able to sharpen it, and it's very affordable. Now there is an eraser on the end. That's definitely not enough to erase everything that this could draw on. So having a larger eraser will definitely come in handy, and well, it's just a lot easier to use. A fabric eraser is a non-smudge eraser, which means it's not smudging or smearing the pencil line. It really does clean it up without any smudging. So we have these pencils that are erased with the fabric erasers, and we can also get water-soluble markers. Now, do not get the pencil confused with a template marker. They do look like pencils. However, the template marker is a lot softer. It's designed to draw on templates. It is a softer sort of a wax feeling. So this is great if we want to draw on our templates to keep us in line. And most of the time, they will just rub off or wash off. They're great for templates, but they're not designed for fabric. So for marking quilts, there are a few tips on using these pencils. Number one, we do need to keep them nice and sharp. That sharp little point gives us a nice thin line versus a fat line. They will also fit in between our template shapes. So they will fit in between these template shapes and give us a nice mark. We can also use a ruler. If we are using this pencil and we keep it straight up, we sort of give that fabric a little bit of a wrinkle, and you could probably hear that. It wears down the tip quicker, but it does sort of move our fabric versus mark the fabric. So we need to have the pencil on an angle. And you can see if it's a bit on an angle, it doesn't give that fabric that stretch. And of course, the harder you push, the darker the line is going to be. Now to erase this, the eraser really does work quite well. Here is some stitching where I have stitched over top of my pencil. And to erase it, I do like to hold the fabric so it's a little bit tight and then erase in the same direction that I've been stitching. So the stitching line is in this direction. I don't want to go in this direction. This is pulling the threads going back and forth. I want to follow the threads. So I'll just follow that design regardless if it's a curve or a straight line. So I'm going to have all of these little erasers that have erased it. And two ways to get rid of those: a lint roller or a trusty lint brush. So this little line is very easy to erase. We just need to hold that fabric and all those lines will get erased. And then just pick up all of that eraser. These washable pencils often can be erased. Now they are designed so that you can just rub a wet cloth over top of them and the marks come out. And that works, but so does an eraser. And the white ones are designed, of course, for our darker fabrics. And they can be erased too. And a fun little thing that we can also use the fabric erasers for is to clean our mat. When our mats get old, sometimes we get little fluffs that get stuck inside, and that just removes them. So it keeps our mats looking like new, and it helps clean those mats. It's always nice to have something that marks, but it's even nicer to have something that removes those marks. And sometimes you can remove more than just our pencils. Thank you for joining me today on Sew Very Easy. Feel free to subscribe. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, and I do have a newsletter all under Sew Very Easy. Thanks again for joining me. Bye for now.